Hi everyone, my name is Marina, welcome to my channel. So I have not filmed a beauty tutorial or get ready with me or anything like that in over 2 years, I believe, because I moved house and I had nowhere to film, and I had an old job that was really horrible and time consuming, and now I've got a new job, so I have got a lot more time and I feel a lot more happier in myself. So I am gonna be getting back into doing all the beauty videos, which I'm so excited for because I love doing these. So I am just doing a little get ready with me. I'm going to be doing a voiceover for it, so bear with me. I'm going to be a little bit rusty because it has been such a long time, but I really hope you enjoy seeing how I get this kind of autumn glam look. So if you do like, don't forget to give it a like, don't forget to subscribe, and keep on watching to see how I got this result.
Okay, so I am starting off with the L'Oreal Unbelievabrow. This is like a gel formula. I'm using the brush that goes with it, and I'm just filling in my eyebrows. I'm starting from the tail and then just drawing a line underneath, and then just using the spoolie end just to kind of merge it all together. And I do go back to the brows at the end, so trust the process. And I have a really weird gap in this eyebrow, which is really annoying, so please just ignore that. So I am going to carve out my eyebrows, and I'm going to be using this lip brush and the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. So I'm just going round the tops and the bottoms of the brows with this brush. And then next I'm going to prime my eyelids, and I'll be using the Urban Decay Eden Eyeshadow Primer. And then I'm going to be using this Real Techniques brush just to buff this into the skin and just buff out the concealer above my brows as well, just so it's all blended. And I like to pat this into the skin as well. So I'll be taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Jackie Aina palette and taking this matte brown colour called Edges on a small Morphe brush. I'm going to be packing this on my outer corner and then buffing this into the lower half of my crease. Just want to get a nice colour on there first before I do any blending. So packing this on both sides, obviously. So I'm going to be using a clean fluffy brush, and I'm going to blend out the edges just to smoke this out a little bit and make sure all the edges are nice and seamless. Then taking the Carli Bybel palette, taking a mixture of this peachy shade and the brownie shade, and just on a bigger fluffy brush I'm just going to take this a little bit higher, just because I do have quite a lot of space above my lids. It's quite annoying. I wish it was the opposite way. But yeah, I'm just blending this out, and then I am adding in more of the first brown colour because it can get lost if you're doing a lot of blending. So I'm just going to make sure that the crease is nice and defined, and just go back and forth with the colours until you're happy with how it looks. So I'm taking a more dense brush, and I'll be taking this darker shade called Credit from the Jackie Aina palette, and I'll be packing this on the outer corner of my eyelid and bringing this up into the crease very slightly, but underneath the colour that we applied earlier. And I am going to be bringing this slightly in all the way, but a lot more lighter towards the inner half of the eye, and then just buffing that together with the lighter shades. I'll be taking this beautiful highlight shade, I think it's called Soleil, and just popping a little bit of that on the inner corners just to add a nice little bit of highlighter, and just make sure that's all blended in with the browns. I'm packing a little bit more of the darker shade on because I do want it to be quite smoky. And then I'll be taking this Nosh MUA brush and the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I am going to cut my crease. This brush is absolutely amazing. You can literally like stamp it on, and I'm not the best at doing cut creases, but this brush is honestly amazing. So take your time with this, but I just like to kind of pat it on and then bring it down onto the lid. I'm just patting the concealer just to set it a little bit, and then taking that darker shade as well and just blending this over the very outer edge. And I'm taking this gorgeous kind of shimmery champagne colour and popping this on the lid. It wasn't working very well with a brush, so I did just take it on my finger and tap it on my lid, and it worked so much better with my finger. So I focus this mainly at the start. Next I'm taking Aura from the Carli Bybel palette and doing the same thing, but just focusing this in the middle rather than on the inner or the outer corners. So next I'm taking this NYX glitter, it's called Lumi Lights, it's really pretty and reflective, and I'm just taking the NYX Glitter Glue and just putting this in the very centre just to give a little bit of dimension. Next I'm using the NYX Epic Ink eyeliner in black, and I'm just creating a very soft, not soft, a small line on my lids. So moving on to the face, I'll be using the NYX Honey Dew Me Up Primer, popping this all over. It's a really nice hydrating primer, it's quite sticky and tacky as well. And then I'll be using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. This is a really nice drugstore full coverage foundation. I use the shade Medium Olive, and I'm just buffing this in with a beauty blender, but I am going back over with a brush just to get a little bit more coverage in the areas that I feel like I needed it, like on my cheeks where I have got scarring. Then I'll be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer again, and I'm just going to start to highlight my under eyes and then just down the centre of my face as well. So I'm using my very old Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit and using the banana powder just underneath my eyes. And I'm using the Coty Air Spun loose translucent powder all over on the rest of my face. And then I am just baking a slight bit under my eyes. So I'm using the contour powder from the Anastasia palette on a NYX brush and just adding some dimension on my cheekbones and on my nose. And then I'll be taking the bronzer from that same palette as well, just to bronze up my face. So I'm just going to quickly do my under eyes. So I'm going to use that brown that we used at the very start on a pencil brush, just dragging that all the way underneath, and then that sparkly brownie champagne colour just on the first bit of the eye, under eye area. And I'm using the L'Oreal Unlimited Waterproof Mascara just to add a coat of mascara on my top and bottom lashes. I will be adding falsies later. So I'm using the Too Faced Papa Don't Peach blusher just for a bit of colour on the cheeks, and the Dull Beauty Shine Bright highlighter. Mine is cracked and falling apart, but I'm popping this on my inner corners, my brow bone, the high points of my face as well, and this is such a gorgeous highlighter. I'm just using the Benefit Gimme Brow in the darkest shade just to go through my brows, just to make sure they'll stay in place and just kind of buff the inner bit and make it merge seamlessly. I've just used the Urban Decay setting spray, and then I'm using Ginger Lip Liner by Kylie Cosmetics and this Too Faced Gingerbread Girl liquid lipstick from last year, which is such a gorgeous colour, especially for this time of year. And that is my voiceover. I'm sorry if it was awful.
So this is my completed look. I am going out later and I have not done a makeup video in such a long time, so it would really mean the world to me if you'd give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified when I do a new video. And if you have any video ideas or anything you would like me to do, then just leave me a comment down below. Make sure you go and follow my Instagram. And again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!